On this episode of The AutoArchaeologist, I'm in a warehouse in Wisconsin checking out a 1970 Hemi Superbird that's been off the road since probably the late 70s. We have a 71 Charger, or Super, it is a 71 Charger Super B, and then a really cool Dodge grain truck on this episode right now. All right, I'm here in Wisconsin checking out a gentleman's 1970 Hemi Superbird. And yes, this really is a Hemi Superbird. This car has been sitting, for the most part, not in this building, but it's been sitting off the road since we're guessing the late 70s, early 80s. The previous owner did get the car started once in the 80s with the engine it had in it. It doesn't have the original Hemi, but it has a warranty block Hemi, which I'll show you here in a second. But it's basically as you see it right now. It's been repainted once. We're not sure when, because it wasn't with the previous owner who had it for like 30 years, and the current owner didn't have it painted. But it's originally a B5 blue car. It's a Hemi Superbird, which, 426 cubic inches, 500 horsepower roughly. This is an automatic on the column bench seat car. And I'll show you real quick the interior. Right now he's starting to restore the car. He's actually going to get it mechanically sound and drive it as is before he sends it away to get restored, or before he restores it, I should say. But yeah, an automatic on the column bench seat Hemi Superbird. I'll show you the VIN real quick. At least verify that it is a real Hemi Superbird. You can see right there, RM23R0A. That means Hemi Superbird. And we were just talking about cleaning up the glue from the vinyl top, because all factory Superbirds had vinyl tops to cover up the crimes that they committed to make it an aero car. Here we were trying to figure out what was a good cleaner to take up all the old glue. You can see there's a Hemi Owner Association sticker. Oh, and then real quick, we think this car hauled a trailer at some point, because doesn't that look like one of the mirror mounts? The ones that are kind of like, here, I'll show you real quick. I don't know why my gimbal is going so slow. But just like on the truck right there, we think it had mirrors like that at some point. I mean, a Hemi Superbird would be a great vehicle to use to pull around a boat or some small trailer. And how you like that? Shelby Mustang rims on a 70 Hemi Superbird. The car is, for the most part, rust-free. It spent, from the history we know, it was in St. Louis in the 70s, in that area, in like that part of Missouri. And then it ended up at a guy in northern Alabama who I guess had a whole bunch of aero cars and Hemis and all that. We're not quite sure who he is yet. But from there, it went to a gentleman by the name of, what was his name? Dave Jones. Dave Jones. Yeah, Dave Jones, who then sold it to the gentleman friend, whose name's Jerry Service. And Jerry is the gentleman who had it for a long time. Oh, there's a cat. There's a kitty. See? Oh, there we go. Look at that happy kitty. Hi, Harley. What are you doing, big guy? The cat actually owns the bird. But so in the early 80s, Jerry was able to acquire the car because Jerry had a Hemi 69 Charger 500 Hemi car. But it's funny, he actually owned one of the prototype 500s, because it was actually a 68 Charger Hemi car that was turned into a 69 Charger 500. He also had a 69 Hemi Daytona, and then he had a 70 Hemi Superbird. And unfortunately, Jerry passed away, and a close friend of his was able to acquire the car, and now it's going to be restored. But up until that restoration, the owner is planning on like I said, he's going to mechanically get the car sorted out and then enjoy the car, because how often do you get to enjoy a 70 Hemi Superbird? So he's going to enjoy the car for a while and then go balls to the wall. Oh, the cat has zoomies. Go balls to the wall and fully restore the car back to near perfect. Right, Harley? Hold on. Harley, what do you think? Okay. But yeah, so that is the 70 Hemi Superbird exterior, and I'll show you the engine bay here just in a second. Okay, so yeah, here is the engine bay of the Hemi Superbird. Obviously, there's no Hemi in it right now, but you can see that he has been installing new brakes, new brake lines. He put this, we think this is a new old stock piece, because it's in the gray primer, and it didn't have any, like, you can see that there's no scrapes or anything on any of the bolt holes, and it doesn't look 100% like one of the reproductions, so we think it's a new old stock piece. And then you see that it's a really, really solid car, never really been abused. And then here's the fender tag real quick. Oh, there we go. Obviously power disc brakes. And then over here is the Hemi that's going to be going in the car. That's the numbers matching engine, the 3-3 out of the 71 Superbird. But this is cool. This is a 70 warranty block Hemi, because you can see, whoa. Hold on. Oh, we got a CUDA, or we got a Harley. Hi, Harley. What are you doing? It has the remains of the warranty tag right there. And I'll show a picture of the warranty block that I documented with the Arkansas find a few years ago. But I saw this, I need to reproduce this sticker. That thing is so, I've never seen that sticker before. That is really, really neat. But it's got just about everything is correct. It's got the correct numbers on the heads. The intake appears to be correct. The carburetors, they're numbered correctly, but the one in the back is it's not a reproduction, it's a replacement. But the numbers are correct, but the date code shows it as a 72. The front is correct. So whatever happened to the original engine, the owner has a line on where the original engine is. Up until then, he's got just about the best thing for it. You can't go wrong with that. That thing is just a piece of beauty. But yeah, so that is coming along. Oh man, Harley's causing trouble. Look at that. Harley, what are you doing? What do you think you're doing? This isn't, maybe this, did they will this to you? Is this your car? Hi, big guy. You gonna bite me on film? Hi. Okay, I'll leave you alone. But real quick, this car is Dodge Charger Superbird, 3-3 car, automatic on the floor. It's really cool. It's a gunmetal gray car with a gunmetal interior. So the seats were gunmetal, the pillars were gunmetal, even the headliner was gunmetal, but the rest was black, which was pretty funny. Oh, and there goes Harley onto the Hemi Superbird. What a silly cat. But we're cat people here, so it's okay. Right, Harley? Oh man, I wish I could use this as the thumbnail, because that would be funny. Right, big guy? What? Are you a big brave guard cat? But the Superbird, like I said, it's numbers matching engine, but not the transmission. It is in the process of being restored right now. Just dusty because of things that are going on in life, obviously. Ooh, he has new old stock door skin for a 70 Roadrunner. But, so the Superbird is coming together as well. And so, yeah. I mean, the interior's in pieces, but It's all being stored over in the grain truck and along the periphery of the warehouse. It's actually interesting. It's a Super Bee, but it doesn't have... Well, that's RT. That's right. Super Bee's in. Yeah, that's right. 71 Super Bee. Harley, what are you doing?
His car.
It is his car. I understand. Oh, there we go. And then real quick, I'll go over the grain truck. What year is the grain truck?
66.
66. It's a 1966 Dodge D500 big truck. It's not the biggest truck. They made, the big semis. This is just the 500 model. But he bought this many years ago. It needs just a few little tidbits to get back on the road. But it was running and driving. It has a 361, which was really cool. Little tidbit on the engines in these heavy-duty trucks, the pulley systems that they used are the same pulleys that they used on Max Wedge Mopars. Also, if you can't tell, the cab of these is like 50s Dodge Pilot House, and they redid the front. But this was he got it basically this way. He cleaned it up, but all the pin stripping and all that, that's the way he got it. And his dad actually worked at Chrysler on, well, actually the bigger trucks. But I think it's really neat. But yeah, this is one cool warehouse that he's got here. Cats, birds, and he's got birds, bees, and cats. The trifecta. So let me know what you think. I'll keep you guys up to date because he told me he wants me to keep poking him like a bear to get this Superbird done. Otherwise, he doesn't think he'll get it done anytime soon. So I will be updating you guys hopefully monthly on the restoration of this Superbird. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, he's laughing at me. But yeah, so... Oh, just tripped over a mat. This should be a lot of fun. I will update you guys as things progress, so... Should be a really good video series. Since recording this video, the owner has actually done a lot of work on the 71 Super Bee. He's got the entire car cleaned out. He's got the front end mounted, I think the tail end. The bumper's getting re-chromed as we speak because it was in rough shape. And he's got a guy doing a headliner on it with that weird gunmetal gray material, which he somehow found, which still blows my mind. But the Hemi Superbird, this is a little bit more of the history. There's a Missouri State Inspection sticker from Ross Ford Sales in 1975 in Piedmont, Missouri. Then in Then there's a St. Louis Motor Vehicle Tax sticker in 75 or 85. There's a service sticker door from Leonard Service Station in St. Louis, Missouri. Then it goes to a gentleman, Stan Kenmer, in House Springs, Missouri. From there, it goes to Dave Jones in Alabama. And that's where Jerry Service purchased it from. And then Jerry Service sold it to my friend. So that gives you an idea of where the car has been. If anyone knows this car or history that isn't documented, please let me know. I completely forgot about these pictures. This was when the current owner went to Michigan and pulled the Superbird out of the gentleman's building. I think it used to be a chicken coop, or it used to hold eggs or something like that. It was a really weird spot. But this was the day he picked it up. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that video of the second Hemi Superbird in this series and the silly cat that goes along with it. That was a real surprise, and a pleasant one at that, because I shot that just a few weeks ago, and the owner, as you saw with the pictures, has already been working on stuff with the 71 Super Bee and the Superbird, and hopefully I'll see him here at McCacken. The next video will be a 69 Daytona wreck. I was trying for over a year to find a model railroad train set that I could recreate the issue that occurred with the car, and I never did, and I don't think it's going to work out that I will. But I got some other cool stuff coming up. This past week, though, has been a rough one. I didn't have to, but I chose to help a friend in Illinois. And that took me on a 2-day trip through central Illinois, which was a lot of fun. And I got to see some old friends of mine. I'll post some pictures here of what I can. And unfortunately, though, on the way home, the blue car had a new engine light pop up. It was the oil pressure sender. And I'm like, okay, it's not the end of the world. If I turn it off while I'm driving, it was fine. So I drove all the way home. The light never went on, but it pops on every so often. I'm like, okay, no problem. Yes, 2 days ago now, I'm parking in the garage. My friend, it was her 40th birthday party, my longest friend. And as I was backing in, the battery light came on. And I'm like, huh, that's odd. But it was late and we were tired, so she went home and I went to bed. The next day, I checked the code and it's showing an error code for the alternator. And I tested it out and it was fine. It was charging 14 volts, 14 like 2, whatever it is. It was fine. And the battery light was off. I'm like, okay, maybe it was just a weird fluke, a loose cable. Checked everything, tightened everything up. Went to lunch with them, had a great time, saw tons of friends for her actual birthday brunch. Unfortunately, after gassing up, the battery light came on again, and I checked it. I had a multimeter, and I checked it, and alternator was down to 12, it was fluctuating around 12 volts. I'm like, oh boy. But then it went off, and then it was charging back at 14, and I'm like, okay, it's on its way out, but I can't leave now because I'm driving with her. Go to brunch, have a great brunch, take her home, and then I have an hour drive back to my place. And it was charging, and then it wasn't, and then it was charging. Pulling in here, because you can follow on the computer, on the screen, what the battery's doing. And I could see it was, 14 volts, and then it was hovering around 12, mid 12s. And then pulling in here is right around 11.9. And I'm like, great. This is just what I need right now. And I leave for McCacken because I do help with setup in 2 days. So it's not like I was piddling around. I had 2 days. I have 2 days to go. Fortunately enough, I'm not driving the Challenger. So I'm going to drop it off at a friend's place because I don't have time to fix it, but I need it when I get back. And he's going to fix it, hopefully, and that oil pressure sender, because they're right next to each other, ironically enough. So it's just been it's going from one stress ball to another stress ball to another stress ball. It's been wonderful, and now just finish up the final maps for the show, for the McCacken show, which is coming up a week. It ends a week from today. So when you see this, it will be Saturday, Sunday, November 23rd and 24th. Come check it out. Barn Finds is completely packed. The show has been full for months. The cars and the quality of the stuff that we have here is going to be incredible. The red carpet area where you walk in is going to be GTOs, the rarest GTOs you can imagine, from Ram Air 4 GTO Judge convertibles, I believe, on one side, and then the evolution of the GTO on the other, from like 64 through 74, maybe. I didn't remember off the top of my head. But every day this week, also, I'm going to post videos on Instagram, which will also carry over to Facebook, and on YouTube, little shorts of previous McCackens, because I have tons of little videos from throughout my time with the show. But I will be in my barn find display all weekend, except for Saturday from about 9:30 to 10:15. I will be at the Magnum Auto Restoration booth, where we're unveiling the Hurricane Superbird, and we'll be doing it live on my YouTube channel. So watch for this space on Saturday to see the car unveiled in prime time, I guess you would say. But yeah, after this, I'll be sleepy, and then it's Thanksgiving, so I got a turkey coma coming. But I hope everyone has a wonderful week. I hope you enjoyed these videos. Please share, like and subscribe because it helps me out a lot. If you could do that, um, let me know anything I can do better or worse, whatever you recommend. Of course, you can contact me through all of my social media in the links in the description. But until then, I'll see you all soon. Stay safe.